Oh, hey, everybody. Welcome to the Countdown. It's episode 87. We're doing a top 10, usually involving the world of movies. And this episode, we're talking again about some movies that came out in the year 2025 in the horror genre. But we're talking about movies that didn't necessarily vibe with us here because they are our least favorite, if not the worst, of 2025, at least in our opinion here. If you love them, good for you. We didn't quite like the ones that we're about to talk about. Might even be some disagreements here. I chose no one better than the people you can find over at Why We Love Horror, everyone's favorite horror channel. Like John Marr. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going, JPO? Yeah, it is everybody's favorite horror channel. Thank you for finally saying it out loud. We know if you're watching this, it's because you support our channel as the best horror channel on YouTube.
And hope you can unwind here too. Get what I did there, Aaron?
One of my 5 viewers. Thank you for mentioning Aaron Unwinds, one of the many shows you can find over at Why We Love Horror. Good to be here tonight, JPO. Yeah, I realized making my list. I don't hate all the movies on my list. The first couple, I just they're all right. So it's a pretty good year for horror once again, because every year is good with horror movies.
I literally just said that to John. I said literally my first two are movies that I almost can't even recommend, but they're on the lower list. And then we get into stuff that I really didn't like. So yeah, it will kind of ramp up here, if you will. John, what you got at number 10?
I think I can safely say I don't like any of the 10 movies, but I think I see more horror movies than you guys do.
See more shitty,
sure. I do see more shitty movies for sure. My number 10 and actually my number 9 as well have the same problem. They are movies that exist only because a movie came before it and a movie is coming after it. So my number 10 is Five Nights at Freddy's 2, where it's like, I can't imagine watching this unless I was a total fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, and I'm familiar with it. But really, the whole movie exists just to get you to like the reveal at the end that guess what? There's another fucking movie coming. And Piper Rubio's haircut is a crime against fucking humanity. That girl's hair is the ugliest fucking thing I've ever seen.
I didn't see this.
Yeah.
I did, and yeah, maybe we'll talk about it later. Aaron, what you got number 10?
All right, my number 10, didn't really hate it. It was more of like a mediocre movie for me. It's a 3-star movie still. It's a Match. It was a Tubi original. I actually started out my list with a couple Tubi originals. Spoiler alert. So that's my common thread. Match got like a bunch of weird hype, at least in my algorithm, for like one weekend when it came out, where everybody's like, oh, this movie's crazy. This is like actually good. The practicals are fantastic, and it uses practicals throughout the movie. There's so many really gross out stuff. It's basically about, a Tinder match gone wrong match. It's this really ugly guy who actually his mom is like running the Tinder bio. So there's like all this good like foundation. It just ends up like being a little bit like maybe if you only watch like a few horror movies a year, this was gonna be fun for you. But if you've seen a lot, it's not gonna really be anything you haven't seen. And there's a few spots where I feel like it's trying really hard to like gross you out, but it just ends up being kind of baseless. So it's all right. Like I think some people will like it more than me for sure, but I don't see anybody liking it really necessarily less either. It's not a bad movie.
I started it, never finished it actually, but so I didn't know what you're talking about. Number 10, I think it was on HBO Max. It's The Parenting, kind of a comedy one here for you here. Just one that I never quite, again, don't hate it, but I also just never really laughed that much. I just didn't think the humor always landed here. So it's just kind of one of those ones that I just kind of threw out it, kind of smiled maybe lightly here and there. Brian Cox is great here. You even got people like Parker Posey popping up, but yeah, just really good cast here. Just I didn't think that had a hell of a lot to do that really entertained me much. It's a little bit again like just kind of just meandering to me here. What you got number 9, John?
I think Aaron's going to talk about this movie later, but another movie that exists solely to get us to the third movie is The Strangers Chapter 2, yes, which is later. Like I didn't like absolutely hate this movie, but I do agree this is fucking pointless. It's at the point where like you're kind of disrespecting the IP. There's a whole middle part of the scene where the girl gets attacked by a boar. It's like it's like one of those movies where like people did a ton of drugs, stood around a table, and nobody wanted to give up any ground. Like let's do the boar attack. The boar attack better be in this fucking movie. I'm not giving. If you want this, we're gonna do the boar attack. I'm really only here for Richard Brake at this point. The rest of the movie can go.
Richard Brake has been a tremendous amount of shitty movies.
Yeah, I hated Chapter One so much I refuse to spend money. So when it drops on Stars for free, I will get to it and probably retroactively slide it in because I have no doubt it is bad. Yeah, Chapter One did kind of nothing for me. Aaron, what you got number 9?
I didn't mind Chapter One. R.L. Stein's Pumpkinhead, to be original once again, and this is another one directed by Jem Gerard, whoever that is, and it is like an R.L. Stein story, sure, but he's lost his fastball majorly at this point, and it's pretty clear like it's got a really weird mixed bag of like at times it's very little kid like horror, and like I just was like, I guess you could call it gateway horror if you're being nice, but then it gets like super dark and bleak at other points, and the ending is like one of the bleakest endings of the year, which if you know me, I love a bleak ending. I do, but it made no sense here. It was just like a bunch of salt on top of my grapefruit. Like, I love salt. Salt me up, but not on after this grapefruit the whole time. And that probably didn't work. I probably should have said pumpkin or pumpkin pie since I'm talking about Pumpkinhead. Yeah, and it's called Pumpkinhead also. They could have maybe come up with a different title.
Also, I want to say Jem Gerard's other Tubi movie, Slay, is way better.
Oh, good. Yeah, I do see that. I've heard good things about Slay. Yeah, no, this movie is like very for just kids, I guess, and like, you know, there's plenty of kid horror movies like The Gate that was covered on Aaron Unwinds that I really enjoy. So it's not like I'm being a brave boy here, but it just was like a weird mixed bag of like dark children and then the bleakest ending I saw all year, which in most movies I would have credit, but in this movie I'm like, I didn't care about any of these people, so it really didn't work.
When that movie came out, and said I just watched the first one the first Pumpkinhead.
That's the right call. Everybody should do that. Go and watch.
That's what I did.
Not that Pumpkinhead is like that amazing to me, but compared to this one,
no, that's the vibe I'm getting here because number 9, I'll bring it up too. Five Nights at Freddy's 2. The first one wasn't great. I kind of found it to be like, I felt like it worked for kind of the audience it's going for, like entry level horror, 12-year-olds maybe. Because again, they're not R-rated, so most skills you kind of have to shy away here. But also, like John said here, now this is very much a middle chapter. They know it's gonna be a middle chapter. What's her face? The one blonde girl is wasted. Like, you know, she gets in. She's got her group that like automatically gets killed right away, and then she ends up having really shitty.
Yeah, McKenna Grace and her group.
Yeah, like McKenna Grace. Why did she feel the need to do this? Well, money, I guess. I can't knock that. But that's thought she was extremely wasted. Josh Hutcherson, I don't blame him. I think the character is just the fucking dope. But like the acting in that character also does nothing for me. So yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's is not one I think I'd ever go back to. John, what do you have number 8?
Number 8 is a movie that on paper should have been phenomenal, but it's just like I don't know what the hell is going on the whole movie. The Ritual is my number 8. Dan Stevens, Al Pacino, and poor Patricia Heaton in this movie, which is basically, if you've watched any exorcism movie ever, you've seen everything that's going to happen in this movie. There's nothing original to say. It's just really it's like watching Dan Stevens and Al Pacino trying to lift a sinking submarine for an hour and a half. It sucks.
Go talk about this movie more.
Yeah.
Damn. That's sad, especially Stevens. What you got number 8? Aaron?
Number 8, it was actually, I believe, the first movie at least I saw in theaters for the year, maybe the first horror movie I saw of the year. It is The Damned by Theodor Paulson. This is like the definition of Robert Eggers at home. Robert Eggers at home, heat it up. Like this person is like, I can do a Robert Eggers movie on an 1/8 the budget. And they're like, no, you can't. But we're going to let you try it anyways. Like the biggest problem with this movie, it's about a bunch of Icelandic villagers. Who like have something bad happening to them. I'll just leave it at that. And it's supposed to be like very cold. Like the problem is, they didn't even bother to add like breath effects to make it appear cold. So you never see breath in the movie, which is really weird when it's supposed to be like minus 400 degrees or whatever in this Icelandic village. You see the choice coming from a mile away. And like also like with a movie like that in the middle of January, I need to feel cold. I saw it in the theater. Like I need to feel cold. And I felt nothing, and like I punish movies that cause me to feel nothing quite a bit, because I feel like most movies should be able to evoke some sort of feeling. This one's just fine. Like, it's technically all right, but like I also think for what it's shooting for, which is like the production first, and then yes, the story and characters later. Odessa Young's fine. The rest of the characters suck. So I really didn't like this movie, and I forgot it as soon as I watched it.
Damn. I see what my number 8 is a movie that I've grown to get more annoyed by as time has passed by, especially like after giving it 5 minutes of thoughts after seeing it. I Know What You Did Last Summer. This should be right up my alley. I am a 90s kid, so this is right up like the one of the most repeated horror franchises I've seen. You know, we got, they're doing the thing of bringing back their OG2. There's a lot of spoiler talk is why I hate it too. But on top of that, I don't agree with the reveals at the end.
No.
They also don't make sense if you give them any thought. They foreshadow too, even the thing too, when you think about it. They're really annoying the way the characters are written here. John was mentioning too, it's here to set up more. They're sure as hell trying their hardest to try to make another one after this one here, because again, this one very much is setting up big, even like post credits Avengers scene. Oh look, remember this person? I mean, yeah, it just really I didn't love it the first time, and I liked it even less over time too. It's not something that always happens to me, but yeah, I Know What You Did Last Summer. And also again, the cliche thing of stop naming movies that already have a name. Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer. They're your sequels technically,
and it's part of it's not even a reboot. It's a sequel.
It's not a reboot. Yeah, like Halloween I get, 2018 I don't get. Zombies I get because he's rebooting it, but like when it's technically a sequel and the same characters, you got to change it somehow. It's so annoying.
Yeah, I'm offended they call influencer girl in that movie hot. I'm still offended they say she's hot. She's not hot. Stop that.
That is annoying when movies do that or lie about other things.
Yes.
Yeah, no. This movie was not good. And I agree with the problems with the spoiler talk. They're so shoehorned in, it's not enjoyable.
Yeah, no, it does it just to do it. Yeah, no. Number 7.
The worst Tyreek Withers movie of the year, easily.
Easily. By far.
Is that the dude from Him?
Yes.
Yes.
One of the best
that's
movies.
Fine. Yeah, I agree. Him's not on my list. So I don't think it's
crazy ass Him haters. Get
out. 7, John.
My 7, starting and getting to movies that I know only I saw. It's a movie called The Dogs.
I gotta let out the dog. I'll be right back. Speaking of dogs,
it's basically there's it's like one of these a house has a secret, and this house that has a secret is a dude that used to live there. He was really shitty to his family, and he had dogs, but the dogs died, and now they're like wraiths that haunt the property. And if you have a fucked up thing, you could get in tune with the dogs, and the dogs will attack fucking people that you don't like. It's just that's it. And by the way, it sucks. It also sucks. I don't understand why this movie exists, but it did have a limited release in theaters, unfortunately.
Was this directed by somebody of note?
The director's name is Valerie Bohagiar, and I don't know if they've ever directed anything else. I will look.
Oh, Valerie Plame, if that even is your name. All right. My number 7, The Ritual. I don't know if you've heard about this movie, but Al Pacino and Dan Stevens are in it. Have you heard about it? Yeah.
What?
It's really bad. It has I'm pretty sure, unless I'm stoned remembering this wrong, I'm pretty sure it has moments where it turns into The Office, and there's fourth wall breaks in the movie as well. And that is just jarring to me. Probably the most interesting part of the movie. There's a movie that came out the year prior. Russell Crowe's Notorious. It would be the worst double feature in the world to do Notorious and not the worst, but it would be a really bad double feature to do Notorious and The Ritual back to back. But at least in Notorious, you have Adam Greenberg whispering into Russell Crowe's ear to tell him that his mom's gonna fuck him up in his sleep.
You're talking about The Exorcism.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. It's called Notorious in Europe, and I used European.
Oh, okay.
We forgive it. We forgive
My
it.
bad. My bad. Yeah, no, sorry. I used the European poster on Letterboxd, and it's like if you go to my Letterboxd and look, it's like yellow, and it's the ridiculous looking poster, and it says Notorious on it.
What a weird title.
The Exorcism. My bad. Anyways, yeah, The Ritual, really bad movie. Rest in peace, Al Pacino's career. You were Serpico.
Wait, what?
That's great.
Hold on, yeah, Notorious. It's yellow. Wait,
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about?
The Georgetown Project. What is this? It's not real.
That's what I call it. Sorry.
All right.
Sorry for confusing the audience.
My number 7 is Hell of a Summer, and it was a bit of a slog to get through. Co-directed and featuring Finn Wolfhard. We've seen this kind of movie here and definitely seen it better here. Unfortunately, there's also not much of a budget, so the kills aren't always necessarily all that cool either here. Didn't care about the character, so again, any twists kind of also let me kind of null and void. Maybe I'm older and I'm just annoyed by some of these kids here. But again, nothing was really tracking that much for me here. There's sporadic, scattered laughs, and I like Fred Helchinger. I think he had a really good breakout year a couple years ago. But Hell of a Summer didn't do a hell of a lot for me personally. John, what you got number 6?
If you watch ASAP religiously, you know that JPO asked a question about 3 Popeye-related horror films that came out in 2025, and the worst of the 3 of them, by my opinion, is Popeye's Revenge, because it's the least clever version of it. They're not even trying, like at least in like Popeye the Slayer Man, like there's like a spinach factory, and the guy who plays Popeye is like trying to be Popeye. In this movie, it's just a guy in a shitty Popeye outfit with no Popeye delivery, just killing people. And there's a character named Olive Oil that doesn't even look like olive oil. Like, if you're going to fucking rip off IP, if you're going to take public domain shit, do it. Like, do it. Like, do Screamboat. Like, we want Screamboat for everything. That's the blueprint. Do that.
Yeah. What you got number 6? Aaron.
Number 6 for me is 825 Forest Road. It's directed by the director of Hell House LLC, who is Stephen Cognetti, and he is a hack, even admitted by my own wife now after the latest Hell House movie. She has now admitted this guy is a hack. He had one good movie, and he has just written that. And that one good movie isn't even that good. Sorry, Abby. Hell House LLC is just fine. But yeah, 825 Forest Road. It's about this family. They move into a new neighborhood. There's a ghostly woman who drives like the town people to suicide. That's it. It's very dry. It's very boring. Again, forgettable. It just didn't work for me. Like, it's like just kind of serves no purpose. I don't really know. I didn't like anybody. This director has never made a movie I like. And it seems like each movie he makes is worse than the previous one, according to my wife. So, yeah, Steve Cognetti sucks, and so is this movie.
Number 6 for me is a movie that is one of my biggest disappointments of the year as well, because this should have been right up my alley. I have Dark Match. Hey, horror, wrestling, Chris Jericho. Thank you, world, but no, because I just didn't like it, man. One, again, like Josh Hutcherson, the weird comparison. Jericho's really boring in this. I don't know, it's because he's just written as, the fucking cult leader who has to, just deliver lines that are very badly put. Or if he's just bad in general. Also might be that. I don't know. A couple of okay characters. I like the main girl. I think the ending is okay, but again, the idea of the Taipei death match actually happening, the glass in the fist, that could be kind of cool, but everything else just didn't really work for me here. I wanted to dig it, and again, outside of like 1 or 2 scenes, it didn't get there for me, man. Dark Match. What could have been?
I like the luchador guy in that. The luchador guy was cool.
Yeah, Enigma's the best part of the movie.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah. Like I said, there's moments of like what could be in different hands, like a really dope idea, and yeah.
No, the movie was pure shit.
It hurts me to put it there. John, number 5.
My number 5 movie asks the question, like, what if you're such a misogynist that you refuse to watch Megan and that doll has to be a boy? Well, they made a movie. It's called Robin, but the I is a 1. Robin is my number 5
That's
movie. It's not even really the plot to Megan, is it? It's just this guy makes a boy doll because his son died. And is the robot like haunted by the spirit of his son. I don't fucking know because the movie's straight garbage. It's just it's Megan, but it's a boy, and it's a low
Rob
budget.
won.
That's it.
Rob
yeah,
won.
Rob won. And
Rob won and is not a winner.
From the director of the Jack in the Box quadrilogy comes Rob One.
Quad.
Oh.
Yeah, there's 4 Jack in the Box movies.
That's 4 too many. My number 5 is Dark Match. What a missed opportunity this movie was. I grew up as a wrestling fan, WWF Attitude Era, WCW that era. So I'd still understand. I have a love for wrestling deep down. As much as I make fun of JPO and everybody else who watches wrestling, I watch the UFC, MMA. It's grown up wrestling. Let's be honest. With this movie, I think the only things that worked for it were Enigma. I liked Enigma, the character I did. It's probably because I was a Rey Mysterio fan. Pre mask reveal. After that, he's dead to me. But
he put the mask back on. Even WWE was like, put the mask back on.
It's too late. It's too late to apologize. Once he took the mask off. Yeah, no.
He didn't want to do it.
No, well, too bad. Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio Jr. from Halloween Havoc 1997 is the best match of all time, by the way. And yeah, with Dark Match, it's not. So here's the thing for Matt Clore, whoever you are, it's not even so bad. It's good. You're just going to be left the whole time. They most of the time aren't at the wrestling event. It feels like there's an hour before they get there where they're just drinking and gallivanting. And then eventually they get to the wrestling event. There's the 4 different matches where there's earth, fire, and all that weird shit. And then it ends with the worst CGI of the year. So yeah, this movie adds absolutely.
I forgot about the CGI at the end.
Yeah, there's a really bad. I don't want to spoil for Maclor here in case you're gonna go enjoy this movie, but it's not so bad. It's good. I promise you. If it was, I would have rated it at least a 2.5. I gave it a 1.5. I've given 60 movies ever a 1.5. I don't watch movies to not enjoy them. That's why I watch 500 of them a year because I like them. Otherwise, I wouldn't. So yeah, Dark Match is we've just sold it too much now. So let's talk about a different movie.
Yeah, I mean, again, you would think I would have fucking loved it.
I was worried about bringing it up on your channel.
I restarted my Shudder account just to watch it.
Oh man, they got you.
Let's go back to Tubi here. I didn't finish Match. I did finish something called Takeout though, which is at what can't I think of it? Just a fucking a diner overnight, and bodies start to drop and whatnot. So again, whatever, could be a fun enough premise here. Hey, yeah, watch out for that kid behind you. Could be a fun enough premise, but again, unfortunately, does match up to Tubi qualities. Could be lower, but again, I don't want to be kind of punched down, if you will. Don't care about the characters or the acting's not necessarily bad, and it's just very repetitive too. Unfortunately, there's just not a hell of a lot to do because they probably just don't have the budget or the thought process even of doing it here. So yeah, Takeout didn't really do anything for me. What you got number 4, John?
Number 4, the director of one of JPO's favorite movies, The Marine 4, Moving Target. William Kaufman made a movie last year called Osiris, which is just basically, like I described on our channel, it is 1987's Aliens for people that have sustained a traumatic brain injury to the point that they cannot comprehend things. Max Martini's in it, Linda Hamilton's in it, and it is literally the bare bones version of Aliens, sort of. Cool. Now we're getting the trailers. That is definitely Osiris.
Vertical making another banger.
Yeah, Vertical putting out banger after banger.
Vertical makes me want to go horizontal forever.
Yes.
It's very.
Yeah, this is another one I started because I was like, Linda Hamilton, what's up? And then I didn't finish it. So yeah, Jesus.
Most of them don't make it. Just like it is the plot. If you've seen Aliens, you've already enjoyed the better movie. It's
Alien Romulus. How similar is it to that? Which is awesome.
Oh, it's wait. There's no gigantic Mewtwo in this movie. No, Mewtwo doesn't show up in this movie.
Okay, good. Yeah. My number, what is it? Number 4? Yeah, number 4. Hell of a Summer. This was like a just terrible movie that once again had a complete layup of a premise. Camp slashers don't have to be good for them to be good. Like, if that makes any sense. Like, some of the best camp slashers ever were terrible fucking movies, and that's what made them great. This movie, I get it was written by a 19-year-old, but it feels like it was written by a 19-year-old. And I think it's like kind of slipped by, not getting enough hate by this community, because this community's had a hard on for hating on Him for some reason, when Him isn't even a bad movie and people are just weird. But with this movie, it's just like these characters aren't just annoying because they're young, because I've watched plenty of movies with whatever generation these children are from, and they haven't bothered me this much. But it's just like really bad writing as well. And like, I definitely don't buy the main relationship. I'll just leave it at that because I don't want to get canceled off this channel. But those two were never together in any world. And you can connect the dots for yourself, however you'd like. Thank you.
Yes. No, I agree with you mostly there. So we've got mentions of The Monkey, The Home, and The Rocks the Cradle, Fear Street Prom Queen, and Strangers Chapter 2. I thought Monkey was decent. I didn't see The Home. And The Rocks the Cradle might be an honorable mention for me.
So you saw five. So you saw 5 movies. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. And The Rocks the Cradle is insane. Were you like a big fan of the original? Like it's a fine, single role.
I just thought it's just I like her obviously, but I thought it took too long to ramp up and then too quickly to finish. Like that.
I thought it was just like, I don't know. And then the monkey, like, no, come on, I've seen 70.
Yeah, like I don't have that in my top, but I definitely don't have it in my bottom.
I get it. I get people being disappointed by it though. Not hating on you, Macalor. Go subscribe to Why We Love Horror and comment over there.
I'm pretty sure that's Malcolm.
Oh, great. Why would I know?
What up, Malcolm? Oh, then you probably should see 5 horror movies.
Pretty sure it's Malcolm.
Why would I know who Malcor is?
I forgot too. And I know who this is, but I forgot.
It's Malcolm.
Whenever people have names, I know.
Okay, I'll start reading them in his accent.
Hey, number 4. Hey, you brought up the franchise earlier. Let's talk about the most recent one. Hull House LLC Lineage, where they were like, hey, we've milked the found footage. Let's actually cast some shitty actors now. So again, it's repeating the same scares you've seen. I like the first one because it's a low budget, tension building. Oh, look, his head moved a little bit. What the fuck? Cool. But
sure,
you've done that now. You've milked it. You know what I mean? You've done that with jump scare you can see. They do it again in this one here, but now it's filmed with cutaways and actual scenes with actors now. So, well, I guess they're always actors, but you know what I mean. And yeah, just I don't know. Like you better also remember the other ones too, because again, this franchise kind of like Paranormal Activity just wants to add on more lore without giving you answers too. So that's never satisfying either. So yeah, Lineage made the list.
Abby agrees with you on that.
Hey, what do you got? Let's see, 25 horror.
Okay,
terrible.
Well, now that I know you're just Malcolm,
I want to see the other 20 now, though. Like that, you got the monkeys. Okay. John, what you got?
Number 3. I mean, by design, not like bad on paper. This has just been done so many times now that I don't understand why people are still making these movies just like vanilla. My number 3 is The Bayou, which is just like we're in the swamp and crocodiles are attacking us. That's it. Like, this has been done to death.
On the bayou.
Like, if you're going to do I think if in the 21st century, if you're going to do like an animal attack movie, it's got to be something like really like Dangerous Animals. It's got to be like that. It can't be like this tired bullshit where it's just like, oh, our plane crashed in the swamp.
Alligator country.
How are we gonna get out of here? Let's swim through here, and then alligators are fucking eating. I think the twist in this is like these alligators, like there were like radioactive barrels or some shit, but they're still fucking alligators. That's it. Crawl is better. Yeah. Crawl is 80 times better.
Yeah, I like Crawl to a degree.
Yeah, Crawl
Let's
is
talk about Giallo now, guys. Let's just talk a little bit.
Sounds good to me.
No bad Giallo movies came out this year. There were no bad Giallo movies this year.
Unfortunately,
is he still making movies?
They should be. They should make a huge comeback. A24 should just pour a bunch of money into come out with a bunch of Jolly. They would make tons of dollars from me. My number 3, I'm not going to spend much time on it. It's The Strangers, Chapter 2. If you don't know why this movie's bad, then that's good. Like you live a better life than me. I love Rennie Harlan. Like, unfortunately, it has been a rough go of it throughout his career because he gives and takes, and he's taken here. I like the first Strangers perfectly fine. I didn't love it, but like I also don't hold the original like close to my chest. I think the original's fine as well. So like for me, going into this one, I had expectations, which is like the worst way to go into this movie because there's just not much to glom onto. The boar attack is as bad as you'd expect it to be. As amazing as the Revenant bear scene was, imagine the opposite feeling with the boar scene in Madeline.
Yeah. By the way, if you're into Giallo films, there's a great Giallo franchise that's been going on for 30 years called Scream. You can check that out. American Giallo at its finest.
Hey, I do like that.
Wow.
I
just have to go.
Number 3.
I'm going to respond to that. Yeah, thank you. Move on. That was vicious.
I believe we're on Paramount Plus right now as we talk about Vicious, the new is it Dakota? Yeah, I was trying to think of which Fanning one, but it's Dakota, unfortunately, for her here. I think Elle had a better year. Yeah, so, basic premise here. Not basic premise, but she opens up the door. Nice little old lady. Ends up maybe she's not so nice because she leaves her with this mysterious box and says you have to, give it this, and that. Something you love, something you hate, some bullshit like that. That premise is fine. She goes to the neighbor. Things ramp up. Oh, you weren't supposed to tell someone. But then it just ends up becoming this kind of in the house alone for most of it. It's just because of jump scare, long sequences of, silence followed just by like, a ghost hand on the shoulder, that kind of shit here and there. For the Fanning between this and my Shyamalan movie, which I actually liked way more than this. Not saying I liked it, saying I liked it way more than this. Not a great horror for Dakota, rather. So yeah, Vicious, which I also feel like another sign that it wasn't good is I went to watch it like a week or two after it came out, and it was like hard to find on Paramount. Like it wasn't on the main page. You had to like search for it, so which is never a good sign when it's like only a week old and then it's already buried on page 9 of new releases.
Yeah, this is one that I started and then couldn't finish. Like I just got this,
and I think you saw the good bits. If you started it, I think you kind of saw the best bit. Maybe
I think you told me that. I think we talked about this in the chat at one point. I think I had said I started Vicious, but I because I remember someone else told me that exact thing about how it's like, oh, if you saw first third, you're good. Like don't go back to it. Because like it was okay, but I was starting to get disinterested. And it like takes a lot for me to get disinterested in movies. So yeah, I agree. I just gotta let my dog in.
Who let the dogs in? John, what you got number 2?
My number 2, Aaron will be talking about this movie as well because we both hate this movie. I feel my number 2 and my number 1 we're venturing into you're being disrespectful to the horror genre and horror fans. My number 2 is House on Eden, which might be one of the worst found footage movies of all time. It is. This is the bad part of a new trend of like short form creators from like TikTok and YouTube, just making feature length movies. And this girl, Call Me Chris and Spooky Beans, whatever the hell her name is, they are not Curry Barker. They are not.
I was about to say, is this you're not shit on Curry Barker, are you? Okay, good.
They are the opposite end of the spectrum from Curry Barker. This is not it. This movie is disrespectful to every movie that came before it. It literally lifts things directly from the Blair Witch Project without giving any kind of credit to the Blair Witch Project. And then at the end, it turns into like some kind of fucking like fertility bullshit goddess thing out of left field. But like you were trying to do the Blair Witch Project, you tack down that coda at the end, the movie sucks straight through. I don't think, and they're annoying. Like the funny thing is like they act like they're friends and they kind of wedge in like this subplot where Chris is like a bitch out of nowhere. It doesn't make it's paced like absolute garbage. And like I said, disrespectful. Shame
yes.
on this movie.
Yeah.
No movie. Stop it.
Yeah, it's my number 1, but like I can just always talk about it now and because like I don't want to bring this movie up ever again after I talk about it here. This is the last time I'm talking about it. Like this movie.
Normally I don't allow that, but I like.
I get it, but I'm just gonna overstep. I
No,
didn't
go
even
ahead.
ask. With this movie, I'm a huge found footage lover. I love found footage. I have a tag on Letterboxd called Found Footy with like 520. Like I've watched a lot of fucking shit, right? And this is up there with some of the worst shit I've ever watched. Bad found footage is some of the worst movies you'll ever see. And this was one of the worst movies I saw of the 2020s easily. Annoying characters, and then people had the audacity to like hype it up before it came out. So I was like excited about it. So like that really pisses me off when people pretend the movie's good, which gets to my number 2. Companion. Now there's probably worse movies. There probably are. My punishment is with the community as a whole. And yes, it's cooled down from when it came out. When this movie came out back in, I believe, February or late January, I get it. It's late January, so there's not a lot out. But it doesn't mean you have to crown this movie as like some new genius sci-fi horror comedy where it's Jack Quaid playing. Oh, look it. It's the same guy. That smile lets you know exactly who he is. Every man in the movie, besides the gay guy, is a piece of shit. Women, fantastic. Sophie Thatcher's performance, the one thing that redeems us, great. Sophie Thatcher's good. We didn't know that already. I knew that. Unhinged and unpredictable. No, it's not. CGI blood is not unhinged. CGI blood is a plague on society. And smug writers who think they're smarter than the audience and then do nothing to prove they're smarter than me are a plague on society. Drew Hancock. You're not. Yeah, exactly. You're Rick Hancock. Drew Hancock, you're not that fucking deep. Even when Iris gets her intelligence moved up to 100%, which is in the title, which is in the trailer, perfect. She's not smart, like 100% smart. Like I've needed to see more. There's then like a random like brutality scene that is just like a poser. This movie is poser like intellectual. It's poser sci-fi. It's poser horror. Like, and it's not fun at all. Like you are boring, Malcolm. Like that's the only way you think this is a fun movie.
I like Companion, but I'll piggyback on what Aaron's saying a little bit. Like you can even see in that trailer, like there's no like movie critics anymore. It's all just like this fucking this at like TikTok said it's great. It's like
unpredictable.
That was
like what happened? Like what happened? Like where are the people we're supposed to respect in the community? They just scour They scour like every person they sent a screener out to.
Like it really doesn't make sense to me, Malcolm, that you love Companion yet you hated The Monkey when you love Final Destination movies. The Monkey is a Final Destination movie.
Wow.
Okay, well I'm glad
I was going to say I really like Companion to a degree. It's my top 10 horror of the year, but
that's my problem.
Say. Well, hold on. First of all, I think you're being unjust because I think you're more mad at the community than the movie. That's not fair. But no, I was about to say on your guys' side, I never noticed because I don't really like read that much into it. But that's a good point. It's not a critic. It's an at handle that they're quoting.
That's what they're like. Wow. The worst offender of that. It's not. It didn't make my list. It's like just outside of my list, probably. Traumatica. That movie, Traumatica. Like the whole trailer was like, it's not a movie you will be scared about. It's a movie you have to survive. It's like,
but that's a typical marketing for like tryhards.
No, but it's like a quote from like,
I also say even if it was a critic,
Charlie Butnoff from Idaho. Like
I thought it was a critic originally because I guess it's just my old school thought. Even if it was a critic, it's a bit try-hardy, I will say. Like, throw up a couple things, but it was really hammering in. Like, genius, innovative. Like,
and like I also saw this with Abby at Scream Unseen. So it was like the surprise movie, and everybody was super pumped before the movie. And if I recall correctly, my entire theater, other than one guy who was fake laughing, I believe everybody was pretty silent through the whole movie. And then we went to Hard Eyes a couple weeks later and had a fucking ball. So, like, movie theater audiences still know how to react to a movie. I've gone to plenty of movies this year where they reacted and had a good time. At that Scream Unseen, where people wanted to see Companion, it was dead in that theater.
Well, here's my rant. Number 2, Fear Street Prom Queen. I like the original trilogy here. I thought they did something unique with each one of them. They went to different time periods. It's even an really old school 1666 chapter where they used a couple of the same actors, got to play different, versions. Gillian Jacobs was in it, a bit meta at times, kind of fun side characters, but also very bloody. You didn't necessarily know who would go. Some good characters went, quicker than you might think. This new one, I thought they just did away with that. To me, like, it almost felt to me like they had a very by the numbers Netflix film and then just threw Fear Street on top of it, because it doesn't really go along with the other ones here in kind of its tone. A little bit of a tone, but the overarching like kind of story of it here doesn't add to it. It just has that kind of stamp on it here. And on top of that, if you wonder why Chris Klein never became more famous after American Pie, this movie will remind you that he's not great. I didn't care about any of the girls. A couple of okay kills, and then a couple of whatever cutaways as well. So I did not enjoy Prom Queen from this year. We are now at the top here. Well, we know one of the tops.
Yeah, me at the top.
John, what do you have number one?
Yeah, House on Eden was my worst movie of the year. And then, being a completionist, I try to watch most movies that had theatrical releases. There was a movie, it's a British movie by Philip Clayton, came out last year called Halloween. Why would you name a movie Halloween? I wonder. Why would you do that? Is it because like you literally Is it because you literally take the beginning of Halloween and just do it over again, just badly? Yes. The beginning of this movie is the beginning of Halloween. It's the same thing. It's a kid dressed as a kid. It's a kid dressed as a clown. Well, that's the adult version of him. It's a kid dressed as a clown and he kills a lady. Right there, it is. It's the same shit. It's the same exact fucking shit.
And then that homage, John.
It's not an homage because then it's lifted because then he has a psychiatrist. The bitch gives the same fucking speech Dr. Loomis gives. It's the same fucking speech. It's not homage when you do the same fucking shit and then call it a different movie. And then he's in prison now, but it's basically he's like Kevin Bacon's character from The Following, just put me on acid, make me watch every Rob Zombie film, and then electrocute me and make me regurgitate what I remember from my torture into a script. And that is the script of this fucking movie. It's like part 31, part Rob Zombie's Halloween, part Lords of Salem. None of it makes sense. And it's just like, it's one of these movies that thinks it's being like edgy and clever, but it's just, it's the 90s version of gay. It's me as a 12-year-old calling this movie gay. It's gay.
Got it.
Yeah.
British Terrifier is what that just said. Who is that?
Yeah, British Terrifier. You've never seen Terrifier.
The Purge with clowns.
Purge with clowns.
Fuck this. This is making me angry.
All right. I'll stop sharing.
I don't get the title. But yeah, my House on Eden is my number one, like I said.
All right. My last one here, man. I am really scared to ever watch Popeye's Revenge if you're saying that's worse than Shiver Me Timbers, because that is what I have at my number one here. Because again, kind of close to what you were saying here. I mean, first of all, again, the Popeye connection is literally like there's an old man who's kind of fishing and there's like a cutaway to him like once, and that's the guy that becomes Popeye after like an asteroid hits. So again, the connection to that is very loose. Again, you have horribly acted characters here, long sequences.
He's not even that's a snowboat.
No, that's what I mean. Like you just
Popeye the Robot Man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The dialogue both on paper and then also said out loud is horrible here. Then at the end, you'll see when we go back to if they show him again, it's not a guy in a suit. Every once in a while, it's like back scenes of a guy. But then it's also like a bad CGI face for most of it, or some sort of animated face that they didn't have enough budget. There you go. It's showing a little bit there.
Yeah,
it doesn't move.
Oh,
it doesn't move. Like there's just slower sequences of it walking, and it's looking the same. There's a bit of it there, and it's just there's no budget in that. The final scene repeats itself with the action because again, it's like they didn't have only so much.
They're doing drugs
to fight him. And then then she breaks the fourth wall and then says groovy like she's Ash because they want you to feel good about a better movie to make you feel better about the shit you just saw. That's never been a part of the movie. They didn't break the fourth wall any other time other than this last thing just to make a quick groovy Ash joke. So it's also kind of disrespectful in that wise anyway too. So yeah, Popeye evidently not so hot over here.
Not a good year for Popeye.
What was the other one? Slayer Man? Was that any good?
Popeye the Slayer Man is the best of the three. By far.
That's a high bar. I saw none of the Popeye movies this year.
Popeye the Slayer Man. They hit most of the things in Popeye the Slayer Man. It's like there's spinach.
Okay.
They definitely hit the spinach. There's the laugh. They do it. It's not done perfectly. It's done though.
I'm pretty sure Shiver Me Day. I don't think he laughs at all, but I could be wrong. Not that I'm gonna quote me on that, but I'm pretty
Popeye's
sure.
Revenge. They definitely do. They definitely do
that. So yes. So again, if you're just tuning in, you got John's 10 here, Aaron and mine. These are movies that we personally think you should probably just avoid, or don't, whatever you like. And also the monkey. Am I right? John, any plugs or parting words?
He's not watching, but it's my brother's birthday. Happy birthday, Steve. You'll never see this, but just know that they know.
No, actually, Steve subscribed. He just doesn't watch your channel.
Oh, that's cool. That's great. Thanks, Steve. Why We Love Horror for all your needs, horror or otherwise. We'll do it whatever you want over at Why We Love Horror. We're gonna be, maybe we're expanding soon.
Yeah, we might be expanding into the podcast realm, and see there with a particular show with Christina from the Schmodown. Anybody know about that? Yeah. The Christina. I think she won 0 matches over there.
The Christina?
Yeah, of the Stars.
Yeah. Remember when Brian Nussbaum talked shit to her like he can talk shit to any women? That was fucking crazy. That stupid shithead.
She's technically not a Schmodown member. I was like, no, that's not how you use technically. That's the opposite.
Hold on, wait, Aaron, do your impression again. Hold on, what was that?
He's technically not a Schmodown member.
That's the worst Brian I've ever heard of, but I love it.
Anyways, yeah. Subscribe to Why We Love Horror. Happy birthday to Steve, John's other brother, from his Jewish brother. Like and subscribe. Said it.
Yeah, do that. Do what Aaron Supreme said. Do what John Mars said. Go check out Why We Love Horror. They got all your horror needs over there. I'll be over there from time to time. And hey, we love you. Or you'll ever know. Stay spooky, kids. Something like that. Bye.